You should be having the best sex of your life. But the reality is you're not. When it comes to your business, when it comes to your brand, you are on fire. You have built the body of work, you've built the reputation. Everyone knows who you are, and everyone sees you as exemplary of a quote unquote good leader. But here's what they don't know. As refined as your leadership is, your bedroom, your eroticism is chronically malnourished. It's left at the bottom of the list. It's deprioritized. Sure, you have sex once in a while, you can climax. Really, what we're getting at here is your leadership and your business and your attention to detail in your business is up here, and your sex life is on a totally different level. When technically it shouldn't be. There's no reason why your sex life shouldn't be on par with the quality of your leadership in your business. What you are here to discover within yourself today is they are actually one and the same. The energy and the eroticism that you bring into the bedroom and the energy and eroticism that you bring into your business is all one and the same thing. All that's happened with you is you learnt to compartmentalize them and put them into different boxes and categories. No more. And if you're yearning for that next level, this is where it is. I know you don't need another strategy. I know that you have outpaced and outdone every fucking strategy you've ever learned. This isn't about that. This is about going to the personal first, but we're not strategically going to the personal so that the business will blow up or your business will hit the next financial goal. When we do it from that place and that intention, we take all of the magic out of what we're here to do. We are going to let curiosity lead. We are going to go to the most personal parts of yourself, the most sensitive parts of your identity, and we are going to turn the volume up. Because your leadership is porous if this part of your life is unattended, if it doesn't get any of your attention or bandwidth, if you see it as the lowest thing on the priority list, we have a leak going on that you can plug. But we don't just plug it. That's not the point. The point is for you to be in your full throttle aliveness. And there is nothing that makes you feel more alive than erotic energy. It is a hum that should be present in each and every interaction, in each and every motion that you do, in your life, in your business, in parenting, in the bedroom. Access all areas. And what's happened with you is your business has grown exponentially. It needed all of your attention for that specific period of time. Maybe your parenting or family needed your attention for a certain period of time. What hasn't happened in your nervous system yet is there hasn't been this sense of recognition that you can gently step out of that mode. You're still in the mode that you had to be in order to get to this point. But you don't need that mode anymore. You're purely in it out of habit. Here's where things get really sticky. There's a part of you that's still getting off on being in that mode because it worked, right? It got you all of this. And you can say, look at what this mode did for me. I had to do this. I had to push the boundaries. I had to hustle. I had to quote unquote work hard. Yes. And what your eroticism, nay, what your leadership is aching for now, for you to step into the next chapter where things get to be different, where there's nuance, where you're bringing in more sensation, when you're allowing more of your intuition to come in, where you're putting yourself and what it is that you desire ahead of what it is that you think you need or what you think others need from you. You've done the sacrifice. You've done the content and the post around being burnt out and being on the other side. We're no longer interested in that. What we are interested in and what really turns us on now that we are older and wiser and hotter than we've ever been is being in this frequency that is truly self-serving so that we can serve others with absolute quality, love, and care. Because your eroticism not being tended to will inevitably leak into your client interactions, into interactions with your team members, investors, partners, you name it. When these currents inside of us aren't given the outlet that they desire, what happens is they get poured into something, usually in an undesirable way. It's like, I haven't been utilized over here, so I'm going to come and jeopardize this. I'm going to come and make you act anxious because all of my energy's got nowhere to go. You're not relieving it over here, so I'm going to put it into this, even though you're not choosing for me to be there. You are so beyond that, and you haven't given yourself that credit and acknowledgement yet. Yes, you're successful. Yes, what you've done so far has gotten you here. Now is the moment where you get to say it gets to be radically different. And where it starts is in your body. More specifically, it starts with the pleasure that you feel in your body. Because in this building, in this leadership, in this, I've got to be the parent, I've got to be here, I've got to be there, I've got to serve, you lost touch with your pleasure. And what happened in your nervous system is it goes all up into stress in order to deliver and keep up appearances and maintain a certain reputation that you deem professional. And then when you get that free time and that permission to rest, you drop down, straight down into the shadows of dorsal vagal, where you feel that collapse, where you feel that shutdown, where you feel that freeze response. There is so much that awaits you in the beautiful, juicy middle when you start to put the pleasure first. And there is no greater pleasure than erotic pleasure. None of this is about performing. None of this is about declaring to the world how you identify. None of this is about going on a shopping spree and buying $1,000 worth of pleasure objects. Although I fully endorse that, but you don't even need to do that. There's a tendency to think, I'm going to my eroticism, I'm going to my sexuality, I'm going to buy something to symbolize that. But whatever you buy ahead of doing through your body first is going to hold this unspoken pressure for you. It's going to sit there in the box, it's going to sit there in your cupboard and make you go, fuck, I haven't done that thing yet. I haven't gotten that toy out. I haven't gotten that product out yet. You don't need to go there. Not yet. Everything I share is about what's already available, what's already resourced in your body. The key is that you have to find it. And that's something a lot of people don't have patience for when it comes to sex. They just want it to be easy. They want it to be fast. They want to get off. They want to get to the climax. And I'm a fast mover. I'm all for that. But if that is the only thing in your repertoire, then you are missing out on oodles of sensations that are so deeply enjoyable that you will realize when you allow yourself to bathe and bask in them, you'll realize how jacked up your nervous system was. And you'll realize how much you were pendulating between the all up and the all down. And your body has all of these subtle currents running through it at every single moment. It's really just a matter of whether you're able to tune into yourself, to really go down deep into your pussy, to really sit with it, dance with it, play with it, touch it, and get really honest about what it is that you feel there. And just as importantly, what it is that you don't feel there. And as powerful as the breath is, and as much as women in business know about breath work these days, Tuning into your eroticism requires more than that. It's not just closing your eyes and taking a breath. It's about bringing along the other pillars of movement, touch, sound, and placement of awareness. And this is edgy, right? This is not your bog standard business or leadership advice. This requires you to self initiate coming into your body in a way that you haven't paired with your business before. And the thing I love about this is you can make it as quiet or as loud as you want. It could be, ha, ha, or it could be, ha, ha, ha. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's your body. If slow and low isn't working, build it up. If hard and fast and loud is too much for your system that's already at capacity, bring it back, scale it back, play with it, bring in textures, bring in different levels. But a word of warning, here's where it gets tricky. For you, you can initiate pretty much anything, right? You're a fire starter. You've got the gumption to get things started, but staying in it and staying with it, even when the stuff comes up, even when your head goes, am I doing it right? Is this doing the thing? Wait, I'm not feeling this. No, I forgot to do this. That's where the real test is. What are you going to do when your head comes up with judgment? When maybe an old shame comes up around making sound or how you move your body. And this stuff coming up is one of the reasons why I've always gone to people to be held accountable, going all the way back to when I started learning sexology in 2011. I'm like, right, I need someone. I need more than books. Books were a part of it, but I also knew I needed courses, I needed retreats, I needed one-to-one practitioners. And I went through the whole gamut in order to find not just the tools that worked for me, but the people and the practitioners that really resonated with what I desired from exploring my sexuality. In all truth, it is the people that takes this the extra mile. And being a leader, you already know that. But there's something in our brains about sex, and sex should be natural, and I should know what to do. And I'm X amount years old now. I should know this already. Or I've been in a relationship for so many years, therefore this shouldn't be a problem. Or this is normal because it's not happening. You have to unsubscribe from all of that, most of which are lies, most of which are completely untrue, and come home to the truth that this is edgy terrain for you. This is new terrain for you because this body that you're in right now, this moment in time for your identity, you've never ever fucking been here before. This is brand new. Every day, this is a brand new you. And you get to decide how powerful that woman is moving forward from here. You do not need to remember who the fuck you are. You don't need to look back at what you've done. You don't need to think about that peak or that really hard thing you did in the past. What you need to do right here, right now, is decide. And deciding is something you're really fucking good at. But when it comes to sex, you treat it as different. You treat it as other. You treat it as, I shouldn't need help for that. When in actual fact, the healthiest sexual people, the most erotic beings on the planet, the reason why they are so erotic is because they kept seeking community, they kept enlisting help, and they kept learning. And the learning is so beyond books. When you read a book, you'll go, I know and I get it. But when it comes to actually putting that into motion, that's where the stuff comes up. But it's really easy to navigate that stuff when you know exactly how, when you know how your eroticism works and how it interplays with all of the emotions and feelings that are really charged and really challenging. And this is what I'm really, really fucking good at. With my X-ray vision, when we get on a call, when we're in Telegram, I can see exactly what is happening to you in the present moment. But it's not just about naming it and sitting with it. What it is about is how can we alchemize that into something that becomes pleasurable, into something that becomes generative, into something that becomes the seat of your power. And that's where the erotic authority comes in. Because you should be having the best sex of your life right now. You are so resourced. You know how to tune into yourself. You know what effect your relationship has on your business. And you know what effect your own connection to yourself and your conviction has on your business. You could literally graph that on a spreadsheet. And you're not here for the ho hum, for the it's fine, it's good enough, yes, this will do. You are a red blooded woman that wants the more that simply couldn't be named until now. If you're leading the room, building the vision, commanding the money, but your body and your sex life feels like an afterthought, it's time to come home to the part of you that was never meant to be sacrificed for success. Erotic Authority is the next level portal for women who are done separating pleasure from their power. This is where you reclaim the right to be turned on, in charge, and deeply nourished in your business, your body, and your bedroom. You've been performative for long enough. Now you get to lead from the truth that lives below the surface, the one that pulses, provokes, and pulls clients in without needing to push. This is where business meets body, power meets eros. And there are limited spots because this isn't for the masses. It's for the woman who is already leading and is ready to do it with pure voltage at her fingertips. Your mind will question it, but your pussy already knows. Book a call using the link in the show notes to become the Erotic Authority.